Have you ever acted impulsively only to have it backfire on you? Well, in an episode titled Bargain Day, Andy's housekeeper Aunt Bee hears that the new butcher shop in town is offering beef at 10 cents off per pound. The deal requires you buy 150 pounds, so she figures she'll save $15. That's equal to about $124 in today's money. Well, Aunt Bee has a freezer sitting unused on the back porch, and she figures she'll take advantage of the deal and buys 150 pounds from the new butcher. Trouble is, when she brings the meat home, the freezer doesn't work. Andy tells her to call the man in Mount Pilot who knows how to fix it. But afraid to spend more money, Aunt Bee doesn't call him. She tells herself that maybe the freezer just needs time to warm up before it cools down. Well, as the day winds on and the meat starts to thaw out, she decides to take the meat back to the butcher shop where she bought it so they could store it safely for her. You know, when she got there though, the new butcher shop was already closed. The only other option was to take this wagon load of meat to her old butcher, Mr. Foley. She has to humble herself and ask for his help storing 150 pounds of meat that she bought somewhere else. Whew! Have you ever made a decision without thinking it through? You know, a lot of us act impulsively. I'd say all of us. 50% of people surveyed admitted to buying an item at the grocery store on impulse. I think we all have. The other 50% probably had their mouth full of gluten-free Funyuns and couldn't respond. Well, had Aunt Bee simply checked her freezer before going to the butcher shop, she could have avoided this whole problem, 150 pounds of beef problem. Have you ever been motivated solely by the price of something? You know, when I was fresh out of college many moons ago and a brand new owner of a Visa card, I wandered through a guitar store. I came across an Alvarez 12-string guitar that just been marked down from $1,800 to $1,200. When I woke up that morning, I didn't have a buy a 12-string guitar on my to-do list, but that big savings on the shiny sticker sure lured me in. I spent 14 months paying off that guitar. When we act on impulse, we risk taking on new problems that we didn't plan on having in the first place. Planning is key to any purchase we make. Significant purchases should be discussed with those in our circle of family and friends. Buying something solely based on price or convenience can end up costing you time and money in the long run. Whether it's your marketing spend, your customer acquisition cost, or your next purchase with discretionary income, you owe it to yourself to slow down and think through the impact of this purchase. So, what happened with Aunt Bee and that 150 pounds of meat? Mr. Foley, her former butcher, whom she did not buy the meat from, agreed to store it for her. And that customer-client relationship is the focus of our next Mayberry Method moment. And what happened to my $1,200 12-string guitar? I actually still have it hanging on the wall at home just to remind me not to rush into purchases based purely on impulse. Until the next video, slow down, think things through, and don't let 150 pounds of meat turn into a raw deal. Alrighty then.